Hello, today we're going to practice doing some equations with fractions. First off, we have adding fractions. The first step is to find the common denominator, which can be done by multiplying the two bottom denominators. Here we have 5 times 7 equals 35. Now to transform each into 35ths, we're going to start off with this left one here. So we're going to multiply the 1 by the 7 to get 7 35ths, or 7 over 35. Now we're going to do the next one, and we're going to multiply this 2 by the 5. So we get 10 over 35. Now that these are both the common denominator, we can add them up, and we will get a number over 35. To find the numerator, we just add 7 plus 10. If 17 is able to go into 35, we can simplify further, but this is not the case. So this is just our answer. So we've done addition and we've got this answer. And now we're heading on to subtraction. So if you want to just pause the video now and try to work it out for yourselves, try to do this because it will be a little trickier than the addition. Okay, now that you've worked it out by yourself, let's see if you got it right. So the first step again is to find the common denominator. 3 by 4 is 12. And we're going to do the same thing and convert the numbers by the opposite denominators to get the new numerators. Okay, so we've done this left side. We've multiplied the 1 by the 4 to get 4/12ths. And now we're going to do the same thing to the right side by multiplying the 1 by the 3. Now the last step is to simply do the subtraction, and we're going to subtract 4 minus 3, which is equal to 1, and this can't be simplified, so we're just going to leave it as it is again. Okay, so now we have multiplication, which is a little different, and I'm going to give you some time to pause and figure it out for yourself because it's going to be a little harder. Okay, now that you've paused and figured it out, let's do the first step. Now, the first step is not like the subtraction and the addition like we did earlier. Instead, we're just going to try solve it off the bat. We're going to take the numerators and multiply them by each other. 2 times 3 equals 6. 5 times 4 equals 20. The remaining step will be to simplify to get the right answer. And that is the only other step you have to do for this. To simplify, we're going to see how can we make both these numbers smaller. One way we can do this is we can write out the factors to each number. Each number also has the factor of 1 and itself. But in this case, we can already see that there are two factors that are shared by these numbers. So how are we going to get the answer? Well, we are going to do 6 divided by 2, which is 3, and 20 divided by 2, which is 10. And with that, our answer is 3 over 10. Now, this last one, division, is going to be the hardest. So please take your time, pause the video, just try to figure it out. Okay, so there's going to be a couple ways you can do this. The first way is we're going to do the same thing as the subtraction and the addition equations, and we're going to multiply the denominators at the bottom. 4 by 7 equals 28. And we are going to make a block with 28 pieces. Just because it is so hard to chop something into 28 pieces, we are going to just use a quarter. And so we are going to take 1/4 here, 1/4 here, 1/4 here, 1/4 here. Now I've chopped this quarter into 7 pieces. This is actually in 28s because all these different blocks make up 1, and there would be 28 pieces in all of them. But we don't have time to chop them all up. We're just going to be using this quarter. Now for the next step, we're going to be converting these numbers here into their new numbers using the new denominator 28. So 1 multiplied by 7, 7/28. And then 1 multiplied by 4, 4/28. So as you know, all these little tiny blocks here are 28s. So if you count them up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that should be 1/4. And the reason this is 1/4 is because the 1/4 has transformed into 7/28. Now, how do we find 1/7? Well, we can find 1/7 the same way by seeing which number it is, 4/28, and then just counting the 28s. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, this section here is 1/7 of all these blocks together. Now, to try solve the question at last, we're going to be asking how many of these sevenths fit into 1/4. Now, to do the maths for this answer, we're going to see how many 4/28s fit into 1/4 or 7/28. So, as you can see, we have 1. So the answer is equal to 1 plus this area over here. So if we were to imagine that this is 4/28, well, then we just take 3 out of here. That's 3/4 of the remaining section. So 1 and 3/4. Now with this, the 1 is actually just 4 divided by 4. And the reason is we are trying to get the same denominator here. We're just going to put 4/4 plus 3/4, which is equal to 7/4. Now 1 and 3/4 is equal to 7/4. Now that you understand that way to solve the equation, we actually have another way to solve this. Now we are going to use keep, change, flip. First step, keep 1/4. Now, second step, change. We're going to change the divided sign to a multiplication sign. So 1/4 times. And we're going to flip. We've only got this bit to flip. So we're going to take this 7 and it's going to become our new numerator. And this 1 will become the denominator. Same as the other question. And yes, the answer is just 7/4. It is exactly the same as before. Now, I hope you learned something and I hope this improves your fraction skills and good luck with your maths.